Oh man, so Joel just found out that Tess is infected. Oh man, you better have one last kiss before you go. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for The Last of Us. This one's going to be doing my video review for this week's episode of Season 1. This is for Episode 2, titled Infected.
Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Last of Us. This one's going to be doing my video review for this week's episode of The Last of Us. This is for Season 1, Episode 2, titled Infected. So, the second episode of The Last of Us now, the second episode of the 9-episode Season 1. What did we think of Episode 2? Well, just like the season premiere, I thought that this was a fantastic episode of The Last of Us. I thought this was an absolutely just incredible episode overall. Really sets the stage for what's to come for the rest of the season, and I thought it was just overall a great episode. Obviously, if you're new to the reviews and you don't watch The Last of Us reviews, I'll make sure to remind you that in this video we will not be discussing anything that is involved in the video games for The Last of Us. We are strictly focusing on the show and what they've provided with us in this episode. We are not going to be comparing the game or anything like that. So anybody that hasn't played the game, you can watch this video and not get spoiled on, basically anything, right? So anyway, let's get into this episode. We get started with another flashback. This takes place in 2003, and we basically meet this character who is, kind of like a scientist type, right? And she gets picked up by two cops, and at first we find out like, oh, she's like getting taken away for like a crime or something, right? And they say to her, no, you're not getting taken away for a crime. We need your expertise on something, so they take her with them, and we get to see her kind of examine a little bit of what exactly this fungus is and what exactly this infection is, and they're trying to figure it out, a vaccine, they're trying to kind of think of any kind of solution, but they're not really sure what to do. So she ends up instructing them to bomb the friggin' place, and that'll help their problems. So in that case, they're gonna bomb just basically everything, and that's how it's gonna go. So pretty intense kind of opening scene. I didn't expect to see again more of the outbreak, but I appreciate that they give that to us, because again, it's something that we would, need to see in a zombie apocalypse type story like this, is like, seeing the fall of society and seeing the panic, and you really feel that in that opening scene, and I think it's very well done. Now, we're back with Joel, we're back with Ellie, and we're back with Tess. They're kind of sitting there asking her about the bite and, the infection and stuff like that. And, they say, like, we're going to get you there if that's what we need to do. But at the same time, she better not flinch even a little bit, She's like, And, yeah, we get to see her. She's kind of like, eating or whatever. She pulls out this like amazing, like delicious looking sandwich, and then Joel and Tess are just sitting there like eating like, I don't even know what the hell it was, like jerky or whatever. And it's pretty crazy because it's like just Ellie's like being treated so well by like Marlene, but now she's on the road and like Joel just cannot stand her. He's like not believing any of this, and Tess is, still has her questions and stuff like that. So anyway, they take off, and well, then we get to some of the best stuff of the episode, which is, in my opinion, the visual aspect of the episode. I mean, literally, I'm not gonna go on about it for too long, but I'll just say this show is incredible with the visuals. I mean, it is incredible. Like the shots where they're walking like across the bridge, when they're walking through the city, through the streets. I mean, it is so incredibly done. I don't think I've ever seen an apocalyptic series do something to the levels of this show when it comes to the visual aspect. HBO really made sure that this show had a good budget, and honestly, it shows. Some of the shots where they were walking through and just some of the cinematography and all that, was some of the best I've ever seen, to be honest. It was some of the best I've ever seen. So they keep moving, obviously. They try to kind of like get through some buildings. There is one part where like Joel and Ellie kind of have like a sit down, just the two of them, as like Tess is clearing the way. And they kind of talk a little bit about, kind of their experience and what their life was like. And Joel's like, don't ask me any more questions about me. And he's very reserved, And Ellie, once again, Bella Ramsey doing a fantastic job. She was really funny in this episode. She had so many lines lines that I just thought was like so cool. Like he's like, "Where'd you get the knife at?" She's like, "The circus," you know. So yeah, Bella is doing a great job. Same with Pedro. Pedro's doing a fantastic job as usual. And anyway, they're going through, and then then they make it to the big building, right? So this is the part in the game, obviously, where we get our first clicker interaction, and I can say the first interaction with the clickers in the TV show was honestly, I would say, on par, if not even better, because at least in a game, you're not trying to like, play through and trying to defeat them. I can kind of just sit there and watch it, and it was so cool. I mean, I love the way they're doing it. The clickers just visually looked insane. And the intensity as they're like going up the stairs and stuff and, kind of trying to stay quiet. I mean, it was perfect. And the way they're moving too, like whoever they got to play these clickers, like like the way they were moving was, it was different for sure. And I like it because they brought that to life. They really made it feel like the video game. And, even the scene where, like, Joel and Ellie are kind of, like, hiding underneath and stuff. And then you got, like, Joel that, like, accidentally steps on that piece of glass. And then the frickin' thing jumps them and stuff. Really crazy. And during that scene, we also get to see that Ellie does get infected once again, but nothing happens. You know what I mean? And that really is what proves to them, like, Ellie is special, for sure. And I'm assuming this is the moment in the episode where Tess did get infected, because she does act a little bit more standoffish with Joel in this scene. And, yeah, they decide to keep moving. But in terms of the first interaction with the clickers and what I thought about it, I mean, it was intense. It was really well done. I love the creepiness and the vibe of it. And I thought they absolutely killed it, to be honest. Now, in addition to that, we get more visuals, more amazing visuals as they're kind of like walking through. And, then, of course, they go to the main building where we get to see a lot of the soldiers are dead. A lot of the soldiers died. It sounds like one of them turned, and then, they all kind of just died as a result. And, then you get the reveal that Tess is infected. Now, obviously, this is something that, the game fans obviously knew. They stayed very true to that in the show, and I really appreciate that they did that. And I thought they handled Tess's death even better in the show. You guys are going to call me nuts. I think they handled it even better in the show than they did in the game. Because in the show, I actually feel like they gave her a better sacrifice. And, when you see, like, her, like, pouring the gasoline and stuff like that, it was very, very well shot. It was very well made. And she went out like a G. I mean, she really did. Like, if there's one way to go out in an apocalypse, and if there's one way you want to sacrifice yourself, that's kind of the most, gangster thing you could do, is what she did in this episode. So, very, very good. And, Tess is a character, I mean, I really liked her. Obviously, you can't have her go on because you must have the bond between Joel and Ellie and just them only. But I really, really enjoyed Tess's sacrifice and her death scene. And obviously, the rest of the infected on the streets, hear the gunshots from Joel, and they head all the way down there. And of course, Tess sacrifices herself, blows up the building, and Joel and Ellie just narrowly get out with their lives. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, Tess was a good, couple episode character. It was really nasty. And the part that got me the most is when you got, like, the fungus or whatever, and you've got, like, the one, like, zombie that's, like, walking up to her, and it's, like, going in her mouth and shit. I'm like, oh my god. I mean, that was disgusting. That was disgusting, but, like, so well done. That was so well done. It was very gruesome, and it was a very nasty way to go out. But, that's a wrap on Tess. That's a wrap on the Tess character. Now we got Joel and Ellie on the road, and we're going to see what they do next. We're going to see what they do next with them. So, in terms of episode 2, and in terms of what I thought about it, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. I mean, I loved the episode so much. Obviously, it's not episode 1 tier, but, like, how can it really be? Episode 2 was phenomenal. It was a fantastic episode, and honestly, the death of Tess, the first clicker interaction, was super intense. The visuals were incredible. The acting is on point, and the flashback at the beginning, that was great. I hope we get more of that kind of stuff with, some of the outbreak and all that. But in terms of just this episode, I loved it. I thought it was incredible. So, now I want to hear from you guys. Did you guys enjoy enjoy episode 2 of The Last of Us? If you did, let me know, and if you didn't, also let me know. And of course, make sure to let me know what you guys think of The Last of Us as a TV show so far, and what are your kind of thoughts and opinions on the series as of right now. So anyway, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos for The Last of Us. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official, guys, to get more videos on The Last of Us. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for The Last of Us Season 1. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.